I have to say this is personally one of the best episodes based I've seen based with episode three, based on this anime. Tune into the Midnight Heart. I have to say this is personally one of the best one of the best episodes I still really have seen person from episode two and episode one. Episode one I still complain about because not seeing that really that much reaction and stuff like that based with the dialogues with the character. But with the dialogues with the characters has picked up really basically really a lot, and I definitely think that's a really definitely is a great situation, and it's a really great thing and stuff like that. Especially helping Ikea out, whatever her name is, or say the VTuber girl, basically helping her basically in a way, basically helping her basically get her self and confidence back and stuff like that, help her to do her streams a lot more better and having that confidence base in herself. And one thing I personally want to say here, I do think that's a really great thing. I really am very, very proud of him to really stepping up the line and really helping her out doing streams and stuff like that. Particularly in basically my case, I don't get nervous, I don't get sweaty, I don't get really or anything like that. Sometimes I definitely do get a little nervous about what I say or what I don't want to say, or maybe there's some things maybe I shouldn't say, or maybe there's some things I should say, or maybe there's some things basically like I can't really personally basically say it, or basically I probably just basically just go like boop, I get myself banned based off YouTube or basically any of social media platforms when it basically becomes TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or basically other different streaming different websites and stuff like that. Being a VTuber is, I guess you probably will say it's a daily job. I definitely would probably say it is a daily job. I definitely would say it really actually is for most people that it really actually is. But is it easy for most people to be a VTuber? It's not easy for a lot of people. There's some people that are shy. There's some people that are nervous. There's some people are good at it. There's some people are not really good at it. There's some people are just not really much drawing themselves really basically into reactions. Some people definitely do have a lack of self-esteem or lack of confidence, or maybe they just don't want to interact with the entire world and stuff like that. But even though basically what this girl basically with here, the VTuber girl, I will say the VTuber cat girl, I definitely say here is that she likes to do her streams and she definitely do like that. And one thing I definitely do like that about her basically is that she knows what she really wants. But even though that she's basically scared because she's scared about what her emotions like, she's afraid like she's gonna get mad, gonna get happy, gonna get scared, and stuff like that. And she's basically of that. But she does some short streams and stuff like that, which is basically not a long endurance duration based of the streams. And I definitely would say here is that she needs to work on her personality, not just based with herself, based in real life, but needs to work on her personality when she basically doing YouTube or basically doing on a stream or Twitch or base or whatever that base is. And sometimes people don't reveal themselves who they really actually is. And sometimes people would basically go out there on the world on the I would say the dark web of the world to probably try to dig in and little bits of characters and say like let's say like, oh yeah, this is her, that's her. But sometimes people like to keep that stuff private because they really want to, because that's what they really want to do. They really don't want to draw themselves basically into that, and they don't want to personally don't want to show themselves. And I definitely think that when people prive on people and want to know what they actually look like in real life, I think that's an invasion of privacy because usually they usually just wants to basically just kind of like scatter themselves from the real world, but put themselves into a different world that they really personally want to be in. Take as this uh, basically for example, for me. Now, some people will probably find this kind of weird and stuff like that. Take as an example for me. I like playing Final Fantasy 14. I love playing Final Fantasy 14. I have a cat girl. Her name is Dark Flowers. I happen to like playing Dark Flowers really a lot, and I happen to like them. And the reason why I happen to like to play in the game because I like to play in the character I love to play. because I like to personally to basically be in much more a role play based of a character to really person it. And I want to escape from all this nonsense, the world and how the world's turning upside down and politics and stuff like that, censorship, all this bunch of bullshit and stuff like that, personally, and stuff like that. I want to escape from that bullshit and I want to play this game. I want to play this game where I want to be more in depth with my character, in depth with my character, to play with my character, to understand the gimmicks and stuff like that based on my character, to understand how much I really want to become as not just as a role playing character, but basically as become basically as a character who I really want to be, who I really want to be. Is Dark Flowers is basically associated with me? No. Dark Flowers is basically she's just basically just a lot more different than me. It's my imagination because I made her and stuff like that. So if you really think about it, if you really think about it, when it comes to doing VTubers and stuff like that, is that's their imagination of basically what they make. They kind of imagine themselves basic of that. That's the persona basic of that. But do they put a mask over their face and say like I don't want nobody to know who I really am. But that's just who they really are. I don't see there's definitely wrong with that. But sometimes people would definitely would wear those masks just to protect themselves because maybe they're just not really ready to confront their feelings, or maybe they're not really ready to confront who they basically are and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter to me whatever I plan doing YouTube, playing Final Fantasy 14 or World of Warcraft or basically other different games, basically in general. Am I afraid to show myself? No, I'm not afraid to show myself. I'm not afraid to talk how I feel. I'm not afraid to be weird. I'm not afraid to say basically in general, basically what I want to say. I'm very happy and very proud of my pronounce based of my character of basically who I am. Me, I'm just James Ingram, James Federer Ingram the third. That's me, real like me. But when I do on YouTube, I want to be on no X. But even though I want to be myself, I want to. That's who I want to be. When I play the game, I want to be myself. I want to play as a role player, as a character, basically as Dark Flowers, because I want her, based for my character, is to interact with more of different people. Like flirt and basically be funny and be nice, go on to adventures and stuff like that, and just having fun and stuff like that and stuff like that. But people may not like me because I'm a cat girl because playing as a cat girl. Some people may think that's weird. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But I want people to basically understand here is that I like playing those things and stuff like that. That's something I like to do. I like being myself. That's what I like to be. I am who I am. I'm nobody else. I want to be myself. I want to put myself into another world where I can feel more open to more change into an environment that I feel more free instead of just to escape myself from the world of the angry world of war, politics, anger, frustration, people killing each other, bitching about other different things and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And when I look at the real world, I see like the real world is just basically just full of darkness, that there's no hope at all. But when I step into the world of basically when I'm doing YouTube or playing my Final Fantasy 14 game or World of Warcraft, I feel free for that. I feel free. But when I go into real life, I feel like I'm not free. I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm in shackle in chains to where I'm bound to my will to adapt the real world and to be forced to obey the societies of life. That's how I feel. I definitely do relate to basically to her because she's scared, because she's binding her will, the shackle of chains on her arms and her legs and her and her choke and stuff like that. She's bound in shackles, and sometimes you have to be free from those bonds those shackles. And I don't blame her for whatsoever at all because she wants to basically to put herself to basically being a VTuber because this is what she really wants to do. This is what she wants to do. She wants to escape reality. She wants to escape from that real world. That's what she really wants to do. She wants to be a more into a different world that she really wants to be in. But sometimes there are people that really wants to be into reality because they really want to tackle reality basically the way it really actually is. That's what they definitely want. In my case, as I said before, I don't want to be involved in reality. I don't want to be involved in that. I want to be involved into something that I feel more comfortable basically with it, with I am. If people think I'm weird, that's fine. But I definitely will say this. I love what I do. I am who I am. Nothing can ever change that. I'm not gonna let anybody try to tell me, say like, James, you need to go to church, you need to pray every day and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say like, what gives you the right to tell me that? Okay, you be you. Don't force your beliefs onto me. Let me do whatever I want to do. If you can't respect that, and then I can't respect your morals. That's how I feel. If I show no remorse based on what people say that to me, then that's what I will do. Not based out of hatred, but based out of this way. Please respect my feelings, and I will respect yours. That's kind of like what the quote based off John Cena used to say: "Respect is not given, respect is earned." And it definitely really catches. And I like the MC based on what he does in his anime that he definitely does. He's given respect to her, but he's earning her respect. And that's what he's definitely doing. So he gained her respect, and he definitely did. And that's definitely is a very good representation what comes between feelings, understanding, and also love and appreciation, hope, faith, all those kinds of things and stuff like that. And I like that. That's what I definitely like. That's what I love to see what MC really personally does. But yeah, that's it for my review. Tell me what you guys think. You guys like this? You guys like this episode? Or you guys don't like it? What you guys overall thoughts based on the episode, and what you guys overall thoughts about the VTuber based on lacking self confidence and other different ways. Can she really boost up her confidence? I definitely think that she really definitely can. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like and give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs up. And please comment below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.